Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain structure of atom. Everything around us is made up of matter, and this matter is made up of the constituent particle which is known as atom, and this atom name is given by the scientist Dalton. Now, this atom is indivisible and indestructible in nature. This is said by the Dalton. Now if the atom is indivisible, then all the elements around us should possess the same properties, okay? But it is not so, as we know that different elements possess the different properties. Here the Dalton model fails, and by some observation we came to know that atom must have some constituent particle inside it, which is proved by the different element exhibit the different property and the static charges. So now in our daily life we experience some static charges. For example, when we comb our hairs, we feel some charge. Now from where this charge come from? Is it the charge on the atom, or something is inside the atom which make it charge? Now if the atom is a charged particle, then all the matter which is surrounded by us must be the charge, and all the matter is unstable. But this is not the case. Now the atom must consist some constituent charge particle inside it, which the J.J. Thomsan has proved experimentally by his gas discharge experiment. Now, through gas discharge experiment, he came to know that there is a negatively charged particle which is known as electron. Now, as the atom was neutral and the negatively charged particle was proposed by him, now there must be a positively charged species. This positively charged species is named as proton, which is proposed by Goldstein. So we have the two particles till now, electron and proton. The third particle, which is neutral, is neutron, which is discovered further in late 19th century. Now if we have three subatomic particles inside the atom, now the question arises how these particles inside the atom are arranged. Different scientists has given different models which we are going to discuss here, so that we could define structure of atom. Now the first model in early 19th century, the J.J. Thomsan has given, named as J.J. Thomsan model, in which he had considered positively charged sphere, uniform positively charged sphere all over in the atom. This is atom, uniform positively charged sphere, and electrons which are negatively charged are embedded in it. And he corresponds this model to the watermelon. Here the edible part is uniform positive sphere and the seeds are electrons which are negatively charged. Now in the previous slide we have discussed about J.J. Thomsan model of an atom. Now this model was discarded by Rutherfod. He thought of some experiments which may prove the structure of an atom. What he did was, he bombarded beam of alpha particles on the gold foil, and he expected that some deflection of alpha particle, little deflection from alpha particle should be seen, but this was not the case. The observations were much different. Some of the particle goes straight, which I have marked A here. Some of the particle got deflected by the little angles, and some of the particle retraces the path. Now after this experiment, he came to know that much space inside the atom is vacant. By the A, this was implied that much space inside an atom is vacant, By the C, he concluded that the positively charged is concentrated in the center of an atom. Okay, and by the C, he came to know that there must be a concentrated positively charged heavy species inside the atom which have a huge mass, and he named it as nucleus. Now, by the alpha particle scattering experiment, Rutherford concluded another atomic model. He named this model as nuclear atomic model, in which he had explained that a positively charged species which is named as nucleus lies in the center and electron revolves around it. Now, he corresponds this model to the solar system. The nucleus corresponds to the sun and the electrons corresponds to the planet. Now, the problem was raised by the Maxwell. He proposed that, he said that any charged species, here electron, which revolve around in the circular path may radiate energy, and after some time it may fall in the nucleus. Like we have shown in this diagram, by following the spiral path, it falls in this nucleus. But if this was the case, then the atom is unstable. So the Rutherford model was discarded, and the failure led to establishment of a new model which is given by the Bohr. Now, the Bohr said that the electrons revolve around the nucleus in some special discrete paths and named it as orbits. These electrons which are revolving in this orbit must have a angular momentum as h by 2 pi or multiple of h by 2 pi, and named this orbit as K shell, L shell, M shell and N shell. He proposed that there is no radiation of energy when the electron is moving in these shells or orbits. So this was much acceptable model in late 19th century.